Welcome, welcome. Let's hang out after midnight. There's something so crucial on the plate. I mean, seriously. We've got, hey, Dawn, how are you? So, Dawn, we got critical action going on. You know, people talking bullshit everywhere. And tomorrow, Lee Sherwood, hello, hello. Let me just plug my phone in. Wouldn't want to see that battery go too low, would we? So, we have a serious situation going on all the time. So, I brought the cartoons. And of course, we've got Presley for president to the left. And then we've got our favorite lawyer getting ready to channel the president. So, I thought maybe I could get an answer from Trump that I've been curious about. Now, tomorrow, he's given the Freedom Award to a deceased Elvis Aaron Presley. 2 A's, not one. Big thing from the start of the story. But in the meantime, the first time that this alleged Presley story hit the wall was in November of 2016 when the living Presley was seen at the Trump rallies right behind Trump. And I've asked about it. I mean, I even wrote a postcard letter, part of the Truth, Honor, and Integrity show, I mean, I really want answers, right? Hi, Ariel. Thanks for stopping into the activities that will proceed this evening. So anyhow, I really need to at least put my 2 cents in, and I've got about $200 worth of 2 cents to put in. I mean, I've been through the ringer more than anybody can even imagine. And I take it as a serious piece, no matter if people want to laugh or not. There's a lot of things that tie together. Just like, the Q thing and JFK Jr. See, this is all something that we see going on around Trump. And going back to these rallies in 2016, he acknowledged a living Elvis Presley. Now, I tried to tell people from the start, just because you hear it come out of his mouth doesn't mean he said it. We know how they can alter the film footage now. We've had a lot of education in the last 2 years concerning the dirty tricks that have been played for the last 70 years. Now, Chandler's got his panties in a bunch tonight because he doesn't believe that directed energy weapons, hi jockeys, he doesn't believe that directed energy weapons had anything to do with California having a little fire. Somebody just left the room. I've missed you too. I mean, I gotta say, Oriel, it's hard. Good evening, Elephant. To be on Facebook these days, and a lot of my things get SHADOWBANNED, which is bullshit. Because I haven't done anything illegal or moral. No lies, no bullshit. I mean, I've been taken for the ride, right? So, back to the story. He believes that somebody smoking a cigarette is more probable than these directed laser energy weapons that everybody's taking pictures of. And he's really pissed off because he can't believe that one house could be targeted and burned and one house left standing. I mean, he doesn't believe in technology being that advanced. He thinks that it's just people starting forest fires and Smokey the Bear ought to open up a can of whoop ass. I mean, it's, everybody has a He has a thought process, no doubt. But I thought maybe since Jackass is channeling Trump tonight, that maybe, he'll bring something up about that because these guys like to make fun of everything that I've said in the last 4 years because they snatched up my information, so they got to make me look like a jackass and them totally make anything I've said invalid, which is wrong for any human to do to another one. But, que sera, sera. I hope everybody's doing well. And like I said, this freedom medal tomorrow. What's this freedom medal all about? When the whole Presley thing started, it was about making a national holiday in his name. Just another way to prostitute money. And to make another holiday we don't need, that somebody's going to move to a weekend to make more convenient. And Graceland make more money. I mean, how stupid can you get? People want to know how all the money got stolen. Oh, so many silly ways. And no, you can't do any small business that's worthwhile. Are you kidding? Stands in the corporate octopus's arm's way of any kind of right livelihood business like my buddy Gerald Salente talks about. Gotta love a good cartoon though. Now I'm gonna go ahead and let dumbass talk. And I'm gonna do my best to just chill out.
Unconscious, subconscious, astral signal to communicate to him. Is Baron Trump something more than we know? Interesting. There you go.
Tag it, the son of Trump.
And we know this, is that, see, we know this. Everyone's a little bit psychic.
Because we all know that I believe that Elvis has sons.
One thing already, and it's that TB, is the particular Trumpy bear that we're going to be coming through.
TB, Trumpy bear. TB. Tag it to Teddy Bear, Elvis Presley's song Teddy Bear.
Oh, what, like, it's an old house. There you go. I gotta fix it. There you go.
He has so many worms on him tonight coming out of his skin.
Or do I?
He's been scratching and itching and pulling and picking.
Gas with a match in the woods. Okay, so we're asking about his involvement, I guess. TB, what did your uncle tell you? Interesting.
Teddy Bear. Oh yeah, and they want to say Trump and Presley are the same guy. Tag it.
Well, actually, I guess it would be Howard Bear or Sterny Bear. Did your uncle Stu Tesla Bear's research?
And they say bears because they like to talk about gay bears. Tag it.
So what I do as far as Shadows on Production, Sam Shadow asked a very interesting point about banishing rituals and protection.
Tag it, Satanism.
Channeling. And people have
and the alternative media, you fuckers.
There's a plurality of opinions about channeling, about my channeling in particular, amongst the community.
I don't channel, by the way.
Is it just an act?
This is me talking.
Pointing out, some people have a problem
Susanna.
with it. They think it's a dangerous activity to let go of oneself and to allow yourself to be a conduit for something else.
For your own self, yeah, very dangerous. Whatever you do, don't believe in your own self.
My methodology of channeling contains within it prophylactic measures designed to alleviate all and explain all these.
You need a rubber for your head.
Problems.
I need both of them.
Number one, I never let the entity take full control. The entity is made contact with, if you will. And
okay.
And merely what comes through is information and data. Also, the information, the channeling is processed.
Here's what Jackass is talking about. The true definition of channeling is the person, like Channelot, would go into a meditation, completely leave his body, and go hang out.
Hey, you two
in a place of
elephant.
his choosing,
Rest
like a
well.
mountaintop or something. And the entity that he was channeling would inhabit his body and speak and act through it. Channeling is not something that you make up as a game. It's very dangerous, and I have never engaged in that process. A lot of people like to say I'm channeling a dead Elvis Presley, get it? That's not what's going on. So, this is why every night I get harassed by a bunch of boofs and fools. But he's telling you that he doesn't really leave his body completely when he channels. Well, then he's not channeling, he's just talking shit.
In the existence and ever deal with it. And not only that, there's also Jesus Christ, Buddha, Krishna, and Allah. I'm on a first name basis with Osiris, who likes me. Really,
Osiris does not like you.
And also there is Mother, Father, God, aka Source. There's various gods and angels and entities that watch out for me. And oh, by the way, I never contact anybody evil. You'll never see me channeling Hitler or, you know what I mean, the devil or anything like that. I'm going to channel Trumpy Bear. Trumpy Bear, look, I wouldn't channel Trumpy Bear if I didn't know already, have a predisposition or knowledge about what was going on. So there you go. There's the explanation. Even saying the explanation as a simple litany of hurried through words by creating and suggesting the ideas to you will allow you to, those words are immediately taken in by your brain, and before you even know what you're doing to understand it, you think about the meaning of these words and you try to think to yourself whether you agree with me or disagree with me. You understand the technology, the spiritual technology that I'm describing, and in doing so you help create it. Okay, so there you go. It's wonderful. So having done all that, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to I've internalized the questions I've been able to say. So we will now enter the mode of channeling. So my eyes are closed, and I will begin by asking the operators above to assist. Can we get a connection? Is a connection available to Trumpy Bear? Looking for Trumpy Bear.
One ringy dingy.
Got him? Okay, all right. Is Trumpy Bear amiable and open to talking with us?
President Donald Trump.
All right, okay, here we go. Can I get a connection?
Hola. Senor? How do you keep so fit and trim? Where Chanter is a fat ass. First question he'll ask you, Trump. He's half your age.
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Trumpy Bear, Trumpy Bear, Trumpy Bear, Trumpy Bear. I'm for sale. Won't you buy me? Buy me, buy me. Buy me some time. Buy me some time before you take me home. All I want to do is do what I want to do, and that's be loved. Beloved, beloved, beloved people of Earth, all you crazy wild people. When we're done with the show, I hope you remember to go out and get yourself a Trumpy Bear. Every Trumpy Bear is a little bit different. Every Trumpy Bear is Trumpy Bear, and I'm with you right now. I am Trumpy Bear. Directed energy weapons. California wildfires. Okay. First things first. Wildfires. I'm against them. Don't like
wildfire.
Not just in the concept of things going on fire. I like things being happy and safe and warm. I like things being controlled. Fire, sure. Campfires, wonderful. Roasted marshmallows, good time memories. Family. I love it. I got an American flag I carry around with me all the time. I love America. I am patriotic. But you know what? My favorite time of patriotism, just like my favorite fire is the campfire, the controlled fire, the fire in the fireplace, where it belongs. I like my patriotism red, white, and blue, Don't bother me and I won't bother you. I like the 4th of July when there's no wars in the world. I like expressing patriotism when there's no one around to be offended by it. I like it when things are smooth and easy. I'm Trumpy Bear. I know what I know and I know my nature. My nature is to want people to be happy. That's why I carry around a blanket. I'm huggable. I'm cuddly. I've got a blanket in my backside that unfolds. I'm cause for celebration. I'm cause for good times. And I don't mind at all if people pick me up as a joke. Or think that I'm a mockery. I don't even mind if you buy me in a box and put me on a wall somewhere as a collectible item, as some sort of freeze-dried memory. As long as you're happy, I'm happy. All I want to do is be taken home. All I want to do is be me, and you be you. So California wildfires, wow. You know? I don't really know. I know that, hey, no matter how much I like the fact that fires are fires, it could be in a campfire, on a stove, a radar range, or fireplace. Fires do get out of control.
You're out of control.
Hey, firefighters, like firefighters. Firefighters are good people. Fight fire. They're out of control.
Your fat ass couldn't even put out a fire pit.
No. So, California wildfires, if I knew what caused them, I'd tell you. I really would. I don't know. I just know that I want people to get out of there safe. Not everyone gets out safe, and that breaks my heart. I really wish everything was nice. But you know, you find a way.
Let's talk
You find
about
a way to
that
make it
rail
on.
system, Channer. How
You take what you take, you
lines
take
up
your
with the
losses, and you
fires.
find
Let's
some
talk
way.
about that.
God works in mysterious ways. I believe that. I believe in God. I do.
Oh, the atheist believes in what?
I just believe in God because I'm here, you know? How did I get here? I didn't make me. I came into existence one day, and everyone's got different thoughts and feelings about me. But I exist. I don't know. I don't know a lot. I know there's a lot of questions, you know? But I'll be completely honest with you.
Like sacrificing
Can I
orange
be completely
pumpkins
honest with you?
with no faces? What?
I'm Trumpy Bear, you know? This guy's named Dave, right? This guy's named Dave, right?
Dave.
And this other guy's named Dave, too, right? You know what I mean? But you wouldn't want to come up to one Dave and say, you know,
Tag
because the other
twins.
Dave did this jacked up stuff, you know, we're gonna not like you, you know, Dave. But I ain't that Dave, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? And, you know, even if Dave had red hair, the other Dave has red hair, you know what I mean? I wear a tie, he wears a tie. Well, you know this.
Oh, I know where
Donald
you're
Trump
going.
is Donald Trump, you know, I got nothing against him. If he wants to buy a Trumpy Bear, tell him to buy a Trumpy Bear. You know, but I think of myself as distinguishable. You know what I mean? I'm my own person. I got my own personality.
Right,
I got my own likes and dislikes. You know, some people ask a question about, like, you know, his family asking me. It's not a mere metaphor. You know what I mean? I don't got a wife and kids. You know what I mean? I'm an independent actor. I'm Trumpy Bear. I go where I want to go. You know what I mean? I do what I want to do. You know, and you know, totally honest, I cuddle up with a lot of different women. You know what I mean? That's what I'm here for. You know what I mean? And I got a flag. You know what I mean? And I got the hair, which I think is pretty sharp. I like my hair, you know what I mean? And it occurs to me sometimes, you know what I mean? Cut your hair, dye your hair, change your hair so you look less like the guy that's got the same name as you. But you know what?
Everybody needs to
I'm
go to
still
a
Trumpy
holistic
Bear. You know what I
stylist,
mean?
you
Deep down
jackass.
inside, we all know who I am. We all know where I came from. We all know for the reason for my existence. You know what I mean? And I'm just happy to be alive. You know what I mean? I think life is a gas. You know what I mean? I don't get banged up by the California wildfires because there's things out of my control. You know, I can't do it. Believe in me, if I could, all I can do is be a comfort to the firefighters who might desire to be comforted by me. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean. So it is what it is. Trumpy Bear. You know what I mean?
And this is a
Direct energy
channeling.
weapons, though. You know, I will talk about this. Um, I have certain abilities as Trumpy Bear, as existing beyond the mere conceptions of the form, the singular form. Like you guys, you know, one gal's Angela, this other guy over here is Sam, or Dave, or Billy, or
See, I'm your
Joe, you know what
bouncy
I
cord
mean?
chanter.
And you're your own individual selves, you know what I mean? And there can be pictures of you, there can be videotape of you, but you're your own person, your own self, you know what I mean? Whereas you exist within your own body, within the physical limits of your own self. I am both a individual, actualized plushie in the real time space where I am observed. A lot of this stuff is a little heady, I get it, but
A little.
I'll explain as best I can.
What's up with my
You know,
mouse?
but at the same time, I'm not like a god, you know what I mean? I'm not like God, like all these everywhere, you know what I mean? But you know what I mean? There's various Trumpy Bears all around the world. Yet I'm all Trumpy Bear. I'm all of them. Yet I'm none of them. You know, it's hard. Go with it. You know what I mean? So I'm coming from where I come from, being kind of closer up the dimensional ladder, as it were. You know what I mean? You know, if you were to die, you would die. But if an individual, one of my incarnations or avatars or body forms, were to be, you know, put into a shredder or lit on fire, burnt as an effigy, that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen. I'm aware of this. I'm like, look, when I came into existence, I was like, look at me now. I'm Trumpy Bear. I got a certain resemblance to a guy who some people love. That's fantastic. And who some people don't like so much. You know what I mean? This I know. And I was like, look at me. I got a flag coming out of my ass. You know what I mean? I'm basically asking to be set up a flagpole and light my ass on fire, right? Basically, you know what I mean? I'm flammable as all get out, right? And all sorts of, you know, both in the physical, actual sense of being combustible, you know what I mean, as well as, you know, theoretically, you know what I mean? Like you could see why someone would look at me and be like, that ass is going on fire. You know what I mean? It's happened before. It's gonna happen again. I deal with it. You know what I mean?
Hey, hey,
So,
tag it
being
from
as
just
I am,
visiting.
existing on a plane,
The one guy's
true life,
fire
many
or
incarnations,
ass
and avatars
breathes
on your
fire.
plane, as well as the fact that you know what I mean.
You know
I'm all
Channers
Trump
does.
bears. You know what I mean? This particular trumpet bear incarnation of me coming through on the spiritual plane talk like this. But other people will be like trumpet bear talks like Donald Trump, or some people will be like trumpet bear talks like, you know what I mean, like uh, Mexican American, you know, whatever they do, you know what I mean. Everyone's got their own individual
Tag the
Donald Trump,
Sandro story, Elvis
bear,
story.
etc. You know what I mean? Many flags, many masters. Anywho's. So,
Right, there's
existing
multiples.
as I do, kind of on this plane, I can tell you certain things. I've got access to a certain amount of information and technology. I've got access to a certain amount of mental conceptualizations. People talk to me. I hear secrets. You know what I mean? I go a lot of places. You better believe that Trump is on military bases. You know what I mean? And you know, take this as you will. Okay, so let me do this. Let me be completely accurate and honest. Okay, directed energy weapons. Do they exist? Yes, absolutely they do. Did they start the California wildfires? No. No. Okay? Take it from Trumpy Bear.
That's what you
I wouldn't
think,
lie to you.
Channer, not
That's not what I
Trump.
do. Okay? I didn't come into existence on this plane to lie to you. I came to existence on this plane
He's
to make
talking
you happy,
like
healthy,
he
and
does
happy.
Archie
Okay?
Bunker.
I got a flag. It's a blanket. Comes out my ass.
He's trying to do an
Okay?
Archie Bunker
I am
impersonation.
a blanket. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, my eyebrows are great.
Don't
And
touch his hair.
you know, it is what it is. But no, the direct energy weapons
That's like wanting to touch a black woman's
narrative.
weave. You don't touch
You
the
know, people
hair.
like to think what they think. I get it. I understand. They're right to be suspicious about different things.
Don't touch my hair.
Taken from Trumpy Bear,
I'm
the
casual.
directed energy weapons did
Ooh,
not
I'm
cause the
sweating.
California wildfires. Talking to Smokey the Bear. Talking to Smokey the Bear. Never met the guy. Never met the guy. I'm a bear. He's a bear. I get it. But never met the guy. Never met the guy. Never met the guy. And my conception of a lot of people is like, you know what I mean. Like if an introduction is made, so be it. But I'm not the kind of guy that goes out and chases connections. If you know what I mean. You know what I mean? The people I know, the people who get to know me, I get to know. I got my hands full of my Rolodex of souls that I've met in the future. But as far as Smoking Bear is concerned, if I met him at a party, I wouldn't say fuck you know what I mean? But I don't know the guy. I just don't know the guy. If I knew the guy, I'd tell you. And I'm not even making stories. I'm not the kind of guy that goes around making up stories.
You better not be calling me
Trumpy
Smokey the Bear.
does not roll with the false
Because you're poking the bear.
I'm all truth,
And I
all
smoke.
Trumpy, all the time. You got a secret? Tell it to me. It's under wraps. Light my ass on fire, put me in the shredder, threats, put me in the shredder. I ain't divulging no secrets, right? Having said that, I don't lie. I don't lie. I'm gonna say nothing, you know what I mean? My back's against the wall. But if my flag's against the wall, it is what it is. But I'm not gonna lie or spread false narratives or untruths. You know what I mean? So when I tell you the directed energy weapons that cause the fire, forest fires in California, it's because that's not how it went down. Okay, really, really. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit here and say, that it did or didn't because, I want to prove to you that I'm Trumpy Bear. Who's this guy?
Thank you for bringing my green bar back.
Right. Is that his name? This is the title? Is it like a religious guy? Okay, whatever. Thank you, CW Bantam, again, right, for allowing me this opportunity to talk to the peoples. It's beautiful, it's glorious. I'm gonna end on a sales pitch. I'm Trumpy Bear, so I'm gonna get yourself a Trumpy Bear.
What? An ad for bad lawyers?
Get yourself a Trumpy Bear. Do. All day long I tried to sing that song to the guys that were doing the commercials. I don't think they heard me. They didn't really do my song. I wasn't. They did the thing. What they did the thing with the calm before the storm. I was like, I don't get this. What are we doing here? You know what I mean?
You love Jimmy Church.
Well, then again, I got all sorts of attitudes about what the marketing. But I'm not in control of everything. I'm all for the ride. People get me for the right reasons. People get me because they want themselves a Trumpy Bear. You want a Trumpy Bear. You know you do.
No, I don't.
You know you do. You know you do. Get yourself a Trumpy Bear.
I gave up stuffed animals.
Give it to a friend, give it to a stranger, give it to a loved one.
Kids, I gave my stuffed animals to my first dog.
You know what I mean? And the conservative people in your life, you can be like, hey, I know how you feel. Here you go. I got your Trumpy Bear.
I'm not conservative.
And then you could be like, if there's
I'm not
people,
liberal.
or progressive people, or anarchists, or whatever.
I'm not
like,
Republican. I'm not Democrat.
Deal with it, Trumpy Bear.
And Trump.
You know what I mean? And
wasn't Republican or Democrat
one hug at a time.
Remember the old story?
It's kind of my thing. It's what we're doing here. Planet Earth. It's all right. It's gonna rock out. I see people got a bright future. World's not gonna end. It's gonna be okay. You know what I mean? But there's gonna be a lot of times of trials and tribulations.
Yeah, we're gonna make it work.
You work it out. I have faith. I have faith that we're gonna work it out together.
Like you gotta go.
Trumpy Bear, 2020. Trumpy Bear. Trumpy Bear. Get yourself a Trumpy Bear. Get yourself 3. Get yourself 4. Get yourself 5. Even if this guy goes out of office, still get yourselves Trumpy Bears. You buy Trumpy Bears all the time. You put one in your car in case you're lonely. Also a blanket. You know what I mean? So it makes sense to put in your car,
over here.
Your garage, your attic,
the teddy bear guy,
your vestibules, your various outhouses, accommodations, commodes, whatever. I don't care. Have flag will travel. You know what I mean? Tell me your secrets, tell me your lies. You know what I mean? I keep my mouth shut.
Oh no, they can read minds. Don't lie.
Trumpy Bear, by 3, by 4, by 5. Trumpy Bear out. Love you, peace. Out of here.
Ooh, it's done. That's good.
All right, how about that? How about that?
It was sucky. Low quality.
Woo! Like that guy. Like his energy. Like his vibe.
That wasn't his vibe.
I was going to get possessed by one bear
that
this season.
I'm
glad it was him. Trumpy Bear. Nice guy. Interesting guy. what I got out of it, what I really thought was really kind of groovy
You
was the
talk
fact
like
that
you
he
got
had
a
very kind
paper
of down to
asshole.
earth attitude, right? Very normal in a lot of senses, and almost in some ways kind of pedestrian in his outlook. Yet at the same time was freely able to access. It really kind of got a sense. It's real two-way communication. Very open dude. I visualized him
You didn't channel
floating
Trump just now.
in an etheric space with kind of like waves of energy coming off of him as he kind of was like
Good
existing inside
evening,
a sort of kind of a red,
Corporal
white, and blue
Michael
with tinges of purple
Talamontes. How you
energy
doing?
storm.
Really?
You know, very cool vibe. Very cool vibe. Very cool vibe. I got a lot out of him. The notion of being simultaneously all the various Trumpy Bears as well as being a specific incarnation of Trumpy Bear. The fact that the many different
Tag
Trumpy
four
Bears that come
faces
off
of
the
God.
market, off the factory, kind of.
I mean, we
I
all
would
have it
describe
as
as
humans, not the
all
parasites
philosophy of
like
Walter Benjamin
douchebag, but
and the notion of
you know.
what is lost in the process of replication. It's kind of a
It's
little bit
not
of a bummer, but
cloning
the
and
notion of
replication.
talking
It
to
is
Trumpy Bear, getting this vibe through.
multiplying a single egg in vitro into different women.
Really beautiful stuff.
Been pimpin' since pimpin' since pimpin'. Modern since 1935.
Had a blast. Had a blast. Definitely will talk to him again.
Oh, I don't think
you know
Trump
what?
had
I
a
gotta be
blast.
really honest. From lying, I'm dying. I'm gonna go get a Trumpy bag. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get me one of those. Because I had a real life experience with the guy.
You better get a colon cleanse.
Very good vibe. Very good vibe. I'd hang out with him.
Oh,
Music, we might.
that's nice to
Oh,
know.
more shitty drone music.
Um,
I hope you find me an
Another
interesting
weapon of
blend
war.
there you go.
of the mission that I'm involved in. I try to be funny, but I'm really serious.
An ignorant comment, affluent for you.
And then the liars think I'm hilarious. It's, you know,
No, listen, hey,
it's a conundrum.
You sell yourself.
And it's an honor to have you here.
You'll make great friends with that fuzzy blue dancing guy. You mean the Booba?
No, that's not who you mean.
Good. Good.
This is where you get
That's understanding, isn't it?
Or anything to do with blue humans.
Not having to stand under concepts and wonder what the hell's going on.
Blue guy.
Now you see, the network is what will fuzz that picture in and out.
Look, he's feeling them up.
So many different categories of two-way video communications. It's fascinating.
So broken up about crap-ass corporations biting the bullet. I don't get it. Hey, Bill. How you doing?
So there you go. We might make some more music. I don't know. I'm doing a little bit
I hope you don't like drone music, Bill. It's another weapon of warfare. It's terrible.
Have some ideas and things that I could do or might do. We'll see. I might not. I might not. I gotta be
Oh, yes.
You really should go to sleep.
But you know what? This whole thing about that, I mean, how do we go ahead and heal this thing of collective trauma when even the people high up have been lied to? And it all goes back to someone like this saying everybody's full of shit. But if Big Brother watched me for 4 years and found out I'm not full of shit, and then I have 100 people that I will stake my life on that are not full of shit, well then guess what? All of a sudden everybody's not full of shit. And so you see how the hive mind works, and whether it's applied to politics or alleged science or technology or whatever, it only takes one psychopath to make it up the pyramid and mess with the other people. So I find it humorous that these people don't realize that it's very easy to read a person, whether you're talking about looking into their soul or reading their face or just actually listening to the verbiage. Oh, you can tell what somebody's about, but not a chump like him, you know? Drives me crazy. And these are college educated people that can't tell the difference. Ridiculous.
I really think Trump and Bear, just like human beings, it's a little bit of nature, a little bit of nurture. But I think he really kind of came out his own way. You know what I mean? I really think that I don't know if he's got anybody's personality type. I don't know if his creator would consider him. You know, also it's like
Hey, we better tag personality type. Oh, I know. I talk about Dr. Rudolf Steiner and the 7 personality types, which is why he brought that up. Right. I'm self-educated. I didn't need to go to college and get crammed in a box and twisted up for no apparent reason other than sororities and fraternities. I mean, foolish.
And the real rationale behind it in order to understand Trumpy Bear, in order for Trumpy Bear to be put in a box or to be properly defined. Or,
I would hope that Sir Douchebag would look up a video on Trump's mother speaking. She's true. Get a mother's opinion. And then even ask his ex-wife. Because I've heard her speak as well. Some people are more adult than you are.
Trumpy Bear that we spoke to, what is the platonic ideal of Trumpy Bear, but Trumpy Bear that we contacted, and like you said, that he even acknowledged the fact that part of, I think, what makes him him is the notion that he's simultaneously all Trumpy Bears as well as an individual incarnation of a particular Trumpy Bear.
Yeah.
And maybe in that way, there's a way that we can think of humanity that way.
Mm-hmm.
That we're all individual aspects of the same kind
not
of,
everybody.
you know, like we're both all the family tree, but we're all Homo sapiens sapien. We all can fit under a common rubric.
Nope.
And in that sense, philosophically and theoretically, touching that information allows us to connect to and touch a truism about the reality of human existence and how we're all many and distinguishable, but also one.
No. Parasites are not one with spiritual human beings.
And this is random, but I know that I'm not going to do music tonight. I just know that I'm not.
Good.
For whatever reason.
Because you suck at it.
If a child loves him, he becomes lovely. There you go. Beautiful. Trumpy Bear says big. Am I going to do music? I doubt it. I think that I'm not.
Please don't.
I think that I'm not. I'm kind of tired, and I think it makes sense for me to try and get some night's sleep. And then also, just in the same way that
you have a degree, no longer used or needed. You know what? I think that's with a lot of our knowledge base. Like my background is hairdressing, and I'll always need it, but it's surely not where my self-continuing education is taking me. But here again, if I would need to dress a wound, if all hell breaks loose, that would fall into that category. So it's really about a multi-dimensional approach even to your skill set. And yeah, some things you grow out of. And these days, I mean, nobody wants skill currently. It'd take a few weeks. It'll come back. Always fashionable.
And I don't care whether people like the president or they don't. This whole thing with the esoterics,
so there's a bunch of different
spellcasting,
videos up with music.
the false systems, and out of control computer. And people
I
want
was
to
a
know
little
why
staggered.
there's
See,
war and
Enchanted, do
chaos.
you like Aphex Twin or is he overrated? I love Aphex Twin, but I haven't bought an Aphex Twin record since, God, what was it, like Spyro something? Like, I know he's got an EP called, like, the Collapse EP
Yes,
that I haven't
tag
even
it.
heard yet.
That's
And
so
what really
sad
is
for
that I don't
you.
think
I
And
have
it
he
no
will
idea what
break
you're
was
talking
loose.
overrated.
about.
I
I
think he
know.
was Aphex Twin, but my Aphex Twin,
I've
like, I
seen it
know that
up
Aphex
close
Twin.
and personal during the Ferguson riots with Mike Brown, and that's why he pokes me too, because there were the microwave energy weapons atop of the vehicles when martial law was put out there in Ferguson. We endured that shit for about a week, and of course it was really just more of a drill. And Ferguson is the ghetto, and they love to bring the action here. We were one of the first places to get geared up, let's say. And the sad thing was the way Ferguson treated the Oath Keepers. I mean, you want to talk about a whole other conversation. But here again, Channer doesn't believe that you can nuke a person and heat them up inside and piss them off. And I get it because he cooks all his food in a microwave. But he can't connect why he's angry or out of shape or has parasites. It's cool.
Breach123 says, it seems CW's venting tonight was part frustration of the past and present stories without proof
So
that have run rampant in the disclosure circles.
2000 to 2009.
Well, he's one of the biggest offenders of that.
Thank you. Tag it, right?
Yeah, no, that's like the last record that was Aphex Twin for me. And then I got the Chosen Lord stuff, and I liked it, and I thought it was really good. But then by the time, then things started to get a little bit old. And then 2010, he came out with new stuff, but it was like, yeah, you know what I mean? This other stuff that he did, like later on, that's when he got the Styro, like I think like I got those things, but by that time, it's like 2014, 2015, I think I was like, you know what I mean? Time had passed. You know what I mean? Like there's various artists that still release new music, but for me, it's like the music that was. It's like The Simpsons. Like I haven't watched The Simpsons. Like I love The Simpsons. I for years. I watched The Simpsons for an hour every day for so long.
It figures.
It's like they're in my bloodstream.
Right.
So even though I don't watch The Simpsons every day, and I haven't seen a new episode of The Simpsons since the last new episode of The Simpsons I saw was probably in 2012.
That and the Satanic
I know that
Bible.
they're still on. I don't DVR them. I don't TiVo them. And I have no interest in seeing them because they suck now. But
Thanks for so much for letting me sit in for a moment.
Pajamas, and I've got some
Oh, bless your heart too, Michael. I was really glad to have you here.
Like, Hallmark,
And
amazing archetype for me.
work on, right?
And,
We're all on the mission. Take care of
them,
yourself.
But I don't need to see the new stuff. There's some
Work
people
can
who are
be
like,
fun.
They got to see the new stuff and everything. Even if they watch the new stuff and hate it, they still watch
No.
or whatever, or
No.
feel the need to watch. And I don't do that. So the new Aphex Twin, like when the new Aphex Twin comes out, like if I've got a birthday party, like the latest thing with me is that I've gone through, finally at a stage in my life where I feel like I've accumulated enough material crap that I don't need any more material crap. So like come like a day when people are like, oh, we're gonna buy you stuff for your birthday, like what do you want? I'll just be like, they'll be like, well, make an Amazon gift list or whatever, and I'll just like, that's the time that I'll like add new Aphex Twin on there on vinyl, and I'll be like, oh yeah, well that, you know,
still
what I mean?
gotta
So I
have
like
birthday
Aphex Twin, sure,
presents,
why
you
not?
little bitch.
But I don't, you know what I mean. But it's just like to give something, people something to get me. You know what I mean. I don't really like the new Aphex Twin record will never mean to me what Selected on Beyond Works Volume 2 meant for me. Selected on Beyond Works Volume 2, that was a very important album for me and a very important part of my time, you know, in my life, you know what I mean, where I was a younger man and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? But like the new stuff is the new stuff, and the new stuff is not the stuff that got me crazy or got me excited or got me all
No, it was
jazzed
the
up.
old stuff.
Like William Gibson is an author, like, you know, for a long time, like I read every single William Gibson book that was out there, and then I got to the last one, I'm like, oh my god, when are you gonna release another book? Oh my god, and then he'd go for a while, and then you release another book, I'm like, oh my god, you know, finally, so I read that, and I'm like, oh yeah, and then all of a sudden he went through a very productive phase where he's coming out with books like almost every year, every 2 years, and I'm like, now I've got a backlog of William Gibson books that I haven't finished yet. I haven't started and I haven't finished yet. I bought them because I love William Gibson, but I'll get to them when I get to them. But there's not a real drive because no matter how good the new William Gibson book is, where I'm in my life, you know, it'll never make an impression on me like Neuromancer did. Like, you know, when I was assigned to read Neuromancer when I was taking a class on utopia and dystopia in in 20th century science fiction.
What was that, in college?
Words to that effect. I took it when I was a communications major for one semester at UMass Amherst. And in that class, we read Brave New World. We read A Handmaid's Tale. We read Neuromancer, which I ran through that like nobody's business.
My bad.
There you go. You know what I mean? And it is what it is at this point in time. You know what I mean? Like I could read the book that I read when I was 18, but I can't be 18 again. And I could read a book today, and it can be amazing, but it'll never be like reading an amazing book when you're 18 and be like formed in that way.
Your nose is out of control.
All that stuff, yeah.
You better go. Those worms are coming out. I mean, you talk about a pig having parasites.
And at 12:30 in the morning for me, my time, I hope you got something out of this celebration of life, liberty, and Trumpy Bear. I think all the things that I normally think. Did I alienate anybody? Did I make any new fans or new friends? What will it be? What will it mean? Did I make a mistake? Did I make the right video? Did I make the wrong video? I made the video that I made tonight, and tomorrow I will make a different video, and the night after that I will make a different video until the day I die. And then one day I'll look back and I'll say there are thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of CW Chanter doing the CW Chanter thing. And I'll say, what does it all mean? I'll say, I don't know.
Plausible deniability.
And it was a great experience. And oh, was it fun.
I really
hope
they believe your insanity plea at the tribunals.
At the end of those
because you're nuttier than a fucking fruitcake on purpose.
Where I would turn and look right at the webcam.
Like those murderers. They know they're nuts. They get busted, they say I'm nuts.
All the people in the live chat watching right now, as well as all the people that are going to watch.
We like to take care of the problem before it happens.
With 100% sincerity.
Oh, here he goes. He loves you.
Amazement.
He loves you. Watch.
Say.
Here we go.
You know what? I love you.
Here it is.
Even though we may never have met or never ever will meet, I can honestly tell you, maybe because we'll never meet and I've never met you, that I do love you.
I don't love you.
Because I know you exist.
And I love a lot of people.
And right now you're allowing
and I don't
me
hate you.
to be part of your experience on planet Earth. You could be doing a lot of different things, listening to a lot of different people. You chose to listen to me.
It's my civic duty.
And hopefully somewhere in my mind you'll remember me as we move on. These moments in
Oh,
time.
there'll be stories told about you. Don't worry.
Lost. Like tears in the brain. I love you. I
No,
really
you
do.
don't.
I love you.
You do not.
If nobody told you that they loved you today, somebody just did.
Yuck.
Okay?
I'd rather it not have
So I'll
been
catch you
said.
next time, okay? Don't be a stranger.
Blow me
Okay?
sideways,
Talk to you real soon.
jackass.
Love you.
Bye. Wow. What a crock of shit that was, huh? Alright. Now, seriously, you guys. People don't realize what undermining life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness leads you to. It's a wicked road, man. But look at this from Vietnam, 1971 and 1972. It's a Zippo lighter, and it says, "We, the unwilling, led by the unqualified, to kill the unfortunate, die for the ungrateful." And Chanter is one of these ungrateful son of a bitches. And he calls himself an American. It's a disgrace. I mean, it's already hard enough knowing that this whole United States thing is a racket. But for somebody to keep poking the bear when you're trying to fix it. And here again, Trump came in to show y'all the chaos. So don't be hating on him or wanting to kill the messenger. Because there's more than one in a family that will come to one's rescue. And I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about these multiples. You want to piss a multiple off? They will fuck you up. And they are in the different countries. And they do hold positions of power. And none of this is a joke. Now, believe it or not, there's good people stuck in every rotten system we have. So, like I said a few years back, go back to the movie Scrooge and think about how people had visions, whether they were awake or asleep is irrelevant, of having to face what they've done through not just this lifetime, but their multi-dimensional existence, which gives you more lifetimes. This is nothing to argue about. But these people were given a choice. Come back, fly straight, fulfill your mission. You want it or not? A lot of them said yeah. And in the meantime, well, the people that didn't ever take a chance to do something decent, they're crying boo-boo kitty tears because they thought it was a joke or a nightmare when they were asked, would they fly straight? And the pussy said, oh yeah. And then they came right back, mocked the dream, and did the dirty deal again. Que sera, sera, right? Now, the other thing that I want to say is, where's that daggum picture at? Here it is. Alright. So, right here is the post that was shared
by Look in the World of Elvis Presley. Now, there are so many different pages that represent Elvis, and most of them are bogus that I've seen. And I'm not saying this one is or isn't. I'm telling a story, reporting as we go. Now, when you read this simple statement, it leaves the possibility open of who will accept this Presidential Medal of Freedom tomorrow. Actually, today, if you're on the East Coast, it's 11:38 on the 15th. And, you know, there's Babe Ruth and, you know, some other people are getting this medal. Now, I've read the script also, which was put out by a media company that, you know, straight up says Elvis is deceased. There was always more than one, just like the Sandro story, so I want you to tag it and open your mind.
And the Trump story.
So,
Ugh.
in my mind, if you're deceased, somebody's going to hand that medal to one of your family members. Will it be fake Priscilla? Will it be fake Lisa? Will it be Bob Joyce? Which it won't. I was just putting that in just to say hi to SKMI. Will it be the son of Elvis? We'll see. Nobody knows but Trump. And we have to go back to this mysterious time capsule that people love to talk about. And don't forget, your Presley here was more than a latrine guy in the war, because there was more than one of them. That's where we get the international pictures. One of them has a 3 patch, the other one has a 2. You don't want to fuck with the guy that's got the 2 patch, I promise. Look it up. We'll find out. And I'll be adding more. But like I said, I really should be doing other things. I had to get the evidence, though. So with that, peace, love, and light from the big yellow house on the 3rd cosmic ray. And yeah, I am the scribe on the Presley mystery, and if you don't like it, blow me sideways. Peace out.